Wait a
It was really
minute.
wonderful talk that you gave about fashion as expression, identity, and these various levels of self-revealing. And you made this very nasty little comment about how you wouldn't want to have a crowdsourcing identity. I'd like to hear you to expand on that and then give my own on it.
Well, I think a lot is being said right now about crowdsourcing fashion, that it's a positive thing. And I think it makes a lot of sense to crowdsource a t-shirt. There's a couple of companies now developing that are very interesting, that allow you to contribute artwork and then they can print, according to your artwork, a new piece of clothing. I think that makes sense to a very limited degree, because I think fashion is so much more, and it goes so much deeper, and it can affect you physically so much further. And I think it would be a shame to let the mass of people decide what gets produced. I think we need risk makers and innovators who decide, who go forward, and who do unusual things that can inspire us.
I agree, but then again, crowdsourcing wise identities, what people are beginning to do now as they are putting their profiles on Facebook and Twitter and other places. What do you think of this phenomenon where people are publishing their identity?
I think that is a personal choice. I think we have to be very careful again for privacy reasons and so on. I think the next generation is going to be much more aware of censoring themselves anyway, so the privacy will be self-guarded by self-censorship. I don't think that that's going to have a huge impact by itself.
Tell me about this fantastic invention by
Yin
Gao,
yes.
who created a dress which has eye tracking devices so that they know where people are looking. And so I was just actually very interested in the difference between the various gender looking at dresses, and I would have wanted to know what she discovered with that. Can you actually explain a bit how that works?
I didn't work on the project myself. I discovered Yin Gao's work through some other projects that she has done. She does a lot of very interesting interactive fashion projects. She, for example, also created a dress that is at the same time a screen that you can project on, for example, which is also very interesting. This specific invention, I think, yes, could create a lot of problems in certain conditions depending where people look. Obviously, it would be also interesting to then have statistics and to find out what attracts the most attention. I think it's more of an experimental project.
But it can sell to fashion companies like, in a jiffy, wouldn't you think?
I don't think people necessarily want to want to know where people are looking. I think they want to attract the attention, but they don't necessarily want everyone else to know.
You don't think that
either.
Armani or, I don't know, the big guys want to know where it's happening?
I think we're done, right?
Okay. What?